Now this is a small incident, but it speaks of the enormous glory of Bhagwan's Nama. When we were at Sudama, Bhagwan had shifted from Sannadhi Street House to Sudama, and he began to give darshan in the veranda of Sudama. It's very surprising. It was to me when I first thought about it, the L-shaped veranda of Sannadhi Street House, and think of the L-shaped veranda of Sudama. They look like the counterparts. Bhagwan, I very much wondered about it at one time, how it could have, because we never planned it that way consciously, but it just happened. And when Bhagwan began to give darshan there, Shri Yatheeshwari Ambika Priyamba, a very ardent devotee of Lord Shiva, who became a devotee of Bhagwan also when she had darshan of Arunachaleshwara in Bhagwan. The very first time she visited Bhagwan, she had darshan of Arunachaleshwara in the place where Bhagwan was sitting. 1 minute it was Lord Arunachaleshwara, the next minute she saw the Bhagwan's natural form with his green turban and the dirty clothes. After that she composed songs on Bhagwan which spoke of Arunachaleshwara and Yogi Ramsuratkumar as one and the same. She wrote up to 53 songs on Bhagwan in Sanskrit and Tamil. She was visiting Sudama once, and when she came and sat before Bhagwan after prostrating to him, she wanted to offer white flowers at the feet of Bhagwan. That day she came in a hurry and she could not get white flowers, so she took permission from Bhagwan and asked me to bring some white flowers, even one white flower would do. Why? Why would she ask for white flower? Because Lord Shiva is fond of white flowers. And so is our Bhagwan. In fact, there were times when Bhagwan had specifically asked for a mala of white flowers. He would say there should be no colors in that, it should be white. And he would, if somebody brought white colored mala, he would become very happy and he would not even remove it from his neck. So it's not surprising that she asked for this white flower. So I took permission from Bhagwan and then began to search around Sudama itself. There's a compound wall and a 5 feet gap there between the compound wall and Sudama House, where we had planted many flower trees, the flower plants. And of course I looked in every nook and corner of the space, examined even the creepers on the fence, but I could not detect even the smallest white flower anywhere. And I had searched all the 3 sides of Sudama, leaving only one side out because I knew it was a very narrow space and there was only one plant that was hibiscus and that it produced flowers only in rose color. So it was a rose hibiscus plant. I'd never seen any other color in that. Since I was very sure if there were flowers in that, it would be only rose pink in color, so there was no need for me to go there. So here I was going round and round, still searching, and suddenly it struck me, okay, let me chant his name and see. And I started vigorously, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, please give me a white flower. And somehow, without my own knowledge, I was taken to the spot near that narrow space. And suddenly my eyes caught hold of a white flower. The surprise of surprises, wonder of wonders, I saw in that rose hibiscus, the pink hibiscus plant. There was a branch, and at the tip of the branch, I saw a rose hibiscus and a white one. There were two flowers there. One was white in color, the other one was rose in color. You can imagine how overwhelming it should have been for me. I just couldn't believe my eyes. Only the previous day, I was reading out a book of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa to Bhagwan. And there we came across this particular scene where Mathur Babu, the administrator and the one who built the temple Dakshineshwar Kali, he would be walking with Ramakrishna Paramahamsa in the garden of Dakshineshwar Kali temple. And then, when Sri Ramakrishna was talking about Mother Kali, the Divine Mother, and her Shakti, the power she holds over the whole cosmos, Mathur Babu challenged him. He said, "What are you talking, Thakur? See this plant, this is a red hibiscus plant. It is very natural, only red hibiscus flowers would come out of it. Can your mother create white flower in that? Everything follows the rules of nature, the law of nature. You say that there's nothing impossible for your mother, Divine Mother. You think she could create white flower? Why didn't she do it?" And then he made fun of Thakur, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. And Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa got wild. He said, "How dare you talk about my mother like this? There is nothing impossible for her." He challenged Mathur Babu and he went away in invisible anger. Of course, Mathur Babu smiled to himself because he did not believe that it was possible for a Divine Mother. And he left it at that. It was just a piece of conversation. He paid no more attention to it. The very next day, in the morning, he was walking in the same garden, the same way, and suddenly his eyes were drawn to this particular hibiscus plant. And to his great surprise and wonder, he saw in one of the branches at the tip a red hibiscus and white hibiscus. It came like a slap. Immediately he ran all the way to Thakur and fell at his feet saying, "I have understood this statement. I have understood the power of your Divine Mother. Now, I was reading it out only the previous day, and the next day morning, this became my experience because of Bhagwan, because of Bhagwan's name." So, jumping in joy, I plucked the flower and ran inside and offered it to Ambika Priyamba, saying that this I could find, and she became so happy that she could find such a beautiful big flower to be offered at his feet. And Bhagwan smiled, but otherwise there was no expression of recognition at all in his countenance. Bhagwan looked very matter of fact. "Oh, you could find it." That was all there was to it. And then I said, "Bhagwan, you gave this." And very excitedly I described, with Bhagwan's permission, what I read the previous day in Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's book and what happened just then. What Mathur Babu experienced, I too experienced by the grace of Bhagwan. Naturally, Sannyasini Yatheeshwari Ambika Priyamba was very excited, very happy, and she nodded her head with a knowing smile. And then I understood also, nothing is impossible for Bhagwan's power. Nothing is impossible for his name. As soon as he gave permission, I went around searching for this white flower. I could not reach out even a single small white flower, which I usually found in so small plants. But the minute I started to chant his name, within minutes, without my volition, I was taken to this particular hibiscus tree where I found this white flower. It's also the glory of his name. Have we not heard in Ramayana, Sri Rama had to build the bridge across the sea between India and Sri Lanka with the stones, with the help of all those monkeys. But Sri Anjaneya, he simply said, Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. And then he jumped across the sea to the other side. So Ramayana speaks of the glory of the name Shri Ram. How what Shri Rama, he was bound by his form, he had taken the form of a human being, he acted up to that. It could be a play act, but still he was bound by the dharma of human being. Whereas his name, Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, is not bound by any rules. The minute Anjaneya said that, his figure grew and he could easily cross the sea in one jump. So we know the glory of the name. When I reported excitedly the glory of his name and how I found this, all that Bhagwan said, very matter-of-factly, oh, this beggar has not done anything, this beggar doesn't know anything. It's all my father. My father plays such leelas. Now, this father is here before us with his hand raised in benediction. Let us submit our today's prayers at his feet. Bhagwan, we seek your immediate divine intervention to free the entire humanity from the clutches of this virulent virus. It's gone on long enough now. The year is coming to an end. We seek your blessings for a fresh, bright, joyful new year, free of physical, mental, and other problems. Bhagwan, kindly remove the panic from the hearts of people and arrest the spread of the disease and give protection to all those brave soldiers who are in the field fighting the disease against all odds. And now there is this vaccination drive. You please enter this vaccine and make it work. And Bhagwan, please give a boost to the falling economy. And we pray again and again and again for ceaseless remembrance of your name and the attitude of being an instrument in your hands when we go about our daily life. Jai Yogi Ramsuratkumar.